Okay, all right, find a nice bit of space today. We're just going to start with just thinking about our body. So feet just underneath the hips. Okay, we're going to think about starting to feel that engagement in the tummy and the bottom, and standing lovely and tall, and our shoulders back. Okay, we're just going to do some simple shoulder rolls today. So as you go back, I want you to squeeze the shoulder blades and then bring them forward, squeeze in and round. So make it, although the movement's not big, I just want you to make it as deep and as open at the back as you can. Good. Now let's go the other way. So you might like to just lift the arms slightly as you come forward. Just gives you that increased movement. Bringing those elbows round. Good. Oh, good. Lovely. Last one. We're just going to tilt our head down to one side, just stretching that neck. Lovely. And the other side, just stretching. So just the head tilt. One more to each side. And the other way. Good. Now we're going to take that movement a bit bigger and do some full arm circles. Just looking back. See that arm going round and back. Good. Slight movement of the body. And then we're changing arms to the other side. So trying to bring the arm up past your ear. You get that full range of movement. Nice. Good. One last time. So we're going to remember our front crawl swimming. So we're just going to swim as we bring the arms forward. Get that little body rotation. So it's one arm, then the other. Oh, those are the days. Can't wait to get back into a swimming pool. Good. Lovely. Okay. If you want to grab your ball, pop it just above your knees. We're going to give it a really nice squeeze, keeping those legs nice and tight, which also engages your core here as well, and your glutes. You can squeeze your bottom as you do it. Okay, so the first one we're going to do is our reaching up, our reaching down, and then we got a little side bend. Good, and then we're going to change the other way. So take your time, take some nice deep breaths while we're doing this. And we're coming back up. So you can breathe in, breathe out, and breathe in as you lean, coming back up. That's it, let's flow. Here we go. Breathing in, breathing out. Stretch between those fingers, tall as you can be. Lovely. Let's go. One more each side. And reach. So just as much as a side bend, I want you to be reaching up as well. Down and over we go. Lovely. Now keeping the ball there, we're going to bring our hands together. I want the knees to stay and the hips to stay forward, and we're just moving that upper body to one side. Now I find I can go a little bit further with the ball between my legs, because as I turn I can really squeeze against the ball. So see if you can do that. Keeping the hips facing me, squeezing that ball. Put a little bit of pressure against your hands, so one hand's pushing against the other. Let's go one more each side. Here we go. Far round. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze on that ball. Wonderful. Okay, good. I'm going to show you this one sideways. I want you to keep the ball there. Hands go on the legs just above the ball. And then we're going to go into our rounded back and our flat back. So we're doing our cat and cow, but we're still keeping that ball engaged, squeezing the legs together as well. So we're doing that move as well. So we're lifting the back up and rounding, pulling the tummy in, then pushing the tummy down. Nice flat back. You might find a little stretch in the back of your legs, which is good. One more, flat back. Good. Now this time I want you to lift your arms up above your head. Then I want you to bring them down to your hips. And then I want you to bend halfway and then go all the way down to the floor. So if you watch, so we're going to come up. Arms reach up above our heads. They come back down to our sides. We hinge at the hip. Then we just round the back, reaching down to the floor. And then we're coming up, keeping that ball squeeze at all times. So reach up. Arms down beside you. Hinge at the hips. Then round and let the arms hang. Then we're going to stand up again. Good. So really feel the biggest movement you can do. Hands down to the hips. Hinge, so we just tilt. Then we collapse, if you like, and round the back. Hang for a second. Then squeeze that ball and lift your body. One more time. Here we go. Reaching up. Hands down by the side. Hinging at the hips. Then round the back and hang. Lovely. One more time. Up you come. And reach. Lovely. Good. Really nice to get that flow. So we're going to have the ball in our hand. So when it's in our hands, we can give it a nice little grip. That's working your hands and your muscles in your hands, okay? And we're just going to do our forward and back, changing hands every time we're passing to the other hand. Pass and back. Pass. So rounding that back, lovely flowing move. Opening the chest at the top, lovely. One more. Good. Now we're just going to pass the ball over to the side. So we want to go over. So the ball actually changes when you're over that side. That's it. So reach and change hands. Reach and change. Good. One more time. Reach and change. Good. Lovely. So we're just going to do some little knee lifts. So it's like a little march. We're just getting used to that balance, start getting the legs being used. And we're going to add the ball if you want. If you want to stay here and you just want to keep lifting the knees, that's fine. If you can pass the ball under the knees, then do so. Now, try to stay really tall in between. So we're not leaning at all when we lift those knees. Oh, a couple more. Bit of a coordination job, that one. Last one. There we go. Well done. And just finish off with a couple of little knee lifts. Well done. Okay. Taking the feet wide. All right. We're going to use our ball to touch one foot. Come up, change hands, and touch the other foot. Have soft knees, so they're just a little bit bent, okay? But we want to get a little stretch down the back of our legs. So we're going to reach down, come up. If it makes you dizzy bending down, then just reach without putting your head all the way down. But if you can go down, come up, go down. You're going to get the heart rate going here as well. Up we go. Let's do two more each side. Here we go. One. Down. Just touching the floor with the ball. Last one each side. And down. Oh, that's got the old heart rate going. Well done. So staying here in the wide position. Your toes can point out. We're going to squat and touch the floor. And then I want you to just reach up really high with the ball. So we're just using the ball as the focus. Up we go. And down. Touch. And reach. And if you look up when you're pushing the ball away, up to the ceiling, push. And a little squat down. So you go as deep as you want to go. If you only want to go a little way down, you can't touch the floor, that's fine. Let's do two more. Down we go. One more. Touch. And reach. Good. Well done. Okay. Last one with the ball, and then we're going to change over to the band. And I just want us to do our circle, taking it all the way round. Pulling the tummy in, making sure you don't use your back. We're going to do two big circles, one way, and then stop, and do two big circles, the other. Last one. Oh, big, 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 big. Well done, and coming back up. Excellent. Okay, take on some water if you want to. Swap your ball for your band. So, done a little bit of strengthening in the legs there with our squeezing our ball and working our core. And now our focus is going to be on our arms and our chest and our shoulders. Okay. So what I want you to do is hold your hand tight onto one hip. And then what we're going to do, so you're going to grip the band there. You're going to take the arm, you know our chest openers we have, but we're going to use the band here to give our arm a little bit more resistance. So you're just opening and looking back and coming back in again. Try and be nice and firm in the body, and then that helps your arm as well. Good. We got 3 more of these to this side. Here we go. So reaching up and back. Again, 2 more. Staying lovely and strong in the arms. Starting to feel it. 1 more. Here we go. Good. Okay, just give those arms a little rest. Same again on the other side. Hold it nice and tight onto that hip. Are you ready? So we've got knuckles up. We're going to take it away. Looking back. So it's one of our original moves, but by adding the band, makes it a lot more harder to do. And we're working our strength and our muscles. 3 more then. Here we go. Looking back as you look. Nice stretch open of the chest. That's looking good, everybody. We got 1 more to do. Here we go. Oh, lovely. Oh, that really gets those shoulders going, doesn't it? Okay, so staying in that wide position with our feet, we're going to do our little squat down. As we come up, we're going to take the arms all the way up and over. So just remember, if you find that a little bit hard, you want to open your arms out as much as you can on the band. So we're just going to go into a squat. As we come up, we go all the way back. Great mobility on those shoulders. Down into the squat. Lovely. So really keeping the head up as you squat to try and keep looking at the screen as you go down. That's great. Don't forget the weight goes over the heels and your bottom goes out. Making sure we're looking after those knees. Good. Sitting down as deep as you want to go. Because we're doing wide legs, you should be able to go a little bit deeper than you normally can when we've got narrow legs. We got 1 more. Let's go. Down into our squat. Oh, lovely stretch on those arms. Good. Well done. Okay, we're just going to bring those legs in and do some of our little hip circles. Just move those hips a bit more. Okay, what have we got? Okay, lovely. So I'm going to stand right on the end of my band. Make sure you stood on it nice and firmly. I'm going to palm up to the ceiling. Can you see? I'm going to push up. So I'm going to grip it, but I just want it to be palm up, okay? And I'm going to use my shoulder to reach up above me. So we're just working this shoulder and this side just for now. We're going to, like a shoulder press, so we've done it with the dumbbells before, we've done this, yeah? But we're just going to work one arm at a time. If you want to make it harder, just grip your band lower down. If you want to make it easier, go right to the end of your band. So it's working the back of the arms and shoulder. Let's go 2 more of these. Looking good, guys. Get you ready for the gym. Great, okay. Now, unstick them from your feet, and we're going to go around to the other side. Make sure you stood on the band nice and firm. Now mine's a lovely long band, but hopefully you're finding you can manage to do this with yours. So, other arm, we're going to push away, up we go. So one thing to think about is make sure that shoulder doesn't lift. Okay, and make sure it's all just working without lifting. Good, push, really good, guys. And you will feel you're having to use the body to help the arm. Good, let's go for 3 more. Here we go. 1, 2, and last one. 3, lovely. Okay, give those arms a little shake. That's great. Well done. So we're going to go for another really big move. We're going to put the band underneath, for example, your right foot, but you're going to pull it over to your left. So it's the opposite, okay? So what we do is we go down towards that right foot, and then we wood chop nice and high and tall the other way. So it's that big move from down here, looking across the body and lifting. Just don't lift that back foot or else the band will come up, okay? So we go down, stretching the band. You can really feel that all the way across the body. Here we go again. Stretch and reach. 2 more of these. Let's go. Big move. Stretch and reach. And one last one. So you can feel that all the way down the side, across the tummy, shoulders. Brilliant. Okay. Unsticking my band from my feet. Over to the other side. And we do the same again. It's up to you how you want to hold the band, whether you want to sort of pull or whether you want to push. It's up to you. So we're going to go down. We're going to reach and out the other way. Down we go. 2. Here we go. Pushing away. 3. Using all the body. So we're bending the knees through to stretching those arms. We've got 2 more to go. Here we go. We're doing 8 of these. Down. And push. Take your time. Don't need to do these rushed in anyway. Last one. There we go. You should feel that all the way across the body. Well done, well done. Okay, we've got 1 more to do and then we're going to go and sit down. So, I want you to stand on your band, probably halfway along your band, okay? We're going to grab hold of the band and I want you to lift the elbow really high out the back, lifting the elbow. So we're driving that arm, working the back of those arms. We're going to lean forward in like a calf position, hold the tummy in, and we're going to drive the arm back. So it's up to you where you hold it. You want to feel a little bit of a pull, like starting the old petrol lawnmowers, I always think, or a boat, when you pull the cord to start them. Driving that elbow up high behind you. Nice. Back of the arm and shoulders. Good. Couple more. 1 and 2. Good. Well done. Changing over to the other side. So we're changing to the other hand. Stand about halfway along your band. Leaning forward slightly, so you're going to protect your back, but you're going to hold your tummy in, okay? And then we're going to grab the band and drive it back. Try and keep the shoulders sort of looking down, facing the floor. You don't want the body to twist too much. Make it all about the arm. Bringing that arm back. Working the backs of the arms. Looking good, guys, that's it. Taking those elbows high. Nice. Let's go. 3 more. Here we go. 1. Really keep that tummy holding still. Last one. 3. Excellent. Well done. Well done. Okay. Grab your seat. Okay, we're going to come and sit down. First thing we need is your ball. It's gone funny with my screen. Okay, so we've got the ball. We're going to pop the ball between our knees, just above your knees, okay? So we don't really ever want to be right on the knees. So between the sort of thighs, okay? We're going to sit lovely and tall, and we are just going to do some squeezes. But it squeezes on the inside of the legs. You feel it down the outside as well. Just going to squeeze the ball. You can do it with your hands as well if you want to work the chest at the same time. And do some squeezes. That's it. A little bit of a prayer. Good. We're multitasking, doing our legs and our arms at the same time. Obviously, another way to do that, I could just show you. You could just push against the ball. Be another way of doing it, but we can do it without. We can just do it with the pressure of our hands. Lovely. Good. Okay. We are going to bring them up to our hands and we're going to do that seated turn. It's slightly different, isn't it? Because none of the lower part of the body can help. But it's all about the upper body, tummy, back, side, helping you twist. Sitting as tall as you can. Good, last one each side. There we go. Brilliant. Okay, let's swap our ball for our band. Put that one behind me. Okay, we're going to do our classic leg extension. So anybody with sore knees or bad knees or anything really, because it's just as good to work these muscles seated as having to do loads of squats and things, okay? So it just takes pressure off the joint. So I'm going to sit up nice and tall, bring the knee up towards you. You hold your band as tight as you want. If you're feeling really, really strong, you could double your band up like this, she says, and then push against the band. So this is where the work. So you can see that's not really much different than sort of squatting, but you're not putting the whole body weight onto the knee. And of course your arms are working because you're holding onto the band. Pushing away. Just make sure the knee comes up. What can happen is people can sort of swing the leg. So just make sure you're really pushing against the band. Push. 2 more. Push. Push. Brilliant. Okay, let's change legs. Oh, it's a lot harder doubled up. Okay, I'm going to stick to it though. I'll be uneven. So, lovely and tall. Try not to lean back because the tendency as the leg comes up, you lean back. Here we go. Push. And in. Push. Good. So this is 4. See if we can do 8. That's 4. Pushing out 3. 2. 1. Good, well done. Let's just pop back to that first side. I'm going to do mine single this time. I want you to do the point and flex. So we're holding the leg out there. We're just going to point the toe and flex. Always good for just mobility. And when you're pulling your toe towards you, you should get a stretch down the back of the leg. All right, so it's a bit of a calf stretch there, as well as ankle mobility. Just a couple of them. And then, like we used to on the floor, we're going to draw our little circles. Just going to make that hip go. Although we're not on the floor, we can get a little bit bigger. Still gives that hip. See if you can take it way out to the side, up and round, keeping the tummy engaged. Good. Not quite the same as on the floor, but it's nearly there. Lovely. Now change sides. We're going to do those point and flex. You want the band sort of on the ball of your foot so you can get that push against the band. Mine's probably folded is probably better. Pointing and flexing. There we go. You feel that stretch as the foot comes towards you. And just purely keeping the leg up is going to make the leg muscles work. Good. And then we're going to grab the band and we're going to start off with some little small circles. That's it. And then see if you can take them wider and wider, opening up that hip. Trying not to sag in the tummy. It's difficult, isn't it? Sitting lovely and tall. Feel that right into the hip. Oh, one last one. Oh, that's got those legs today. Well done. We're going to go back to our arms. We're going to stand on the band. Come right to the edge of the seat so you're sat lovely and tall. And you're going to lift your arms towards your shoulders. So again, just make sure your band's the right length for you. So you can sit and you can lift it up to your shoulders. And we're working the fronts of our arms, the biceps. Good. Whoa. So using the whole body, sitting lovely and tall, engage the core. Shoulders are being used, back, tummy and arms. Let's go 2 more. 1, 2. Good. Well done. Oh, we've got 1 more for the legs. We did the squeezing of the ball in the middle, which was working the inside of the leg. So we're going to cross the band over, tie those legs together, hold them as tight as you can, and then we're going to open against the band. And if you're sat lovely and tall, you should feel that all the way through into the glutes in the bottom. So it's a good one to wake the bottom up. those glutes working. Couple more. And there we go. Well done. Great. Oh, that's the end of the hard work. Let's pop that band away. So we should have really woken up all those muscles at the moment. So we're going to give them a lovely stretch. Hamstring stretch, sat right on the edge of the chair so you can get a lovely straight leg. Oh, take me around there. There we go. All right, so you can put your hands on the bent leg. Chest leans forward. Doesn't collapse. Just comes forward so you can feel that stretch on the back of the leg. I should do this once every hour. Stretch my hamstrings. If you can manage and you want to bring the toes towards you and get a deeper stretch, usually comes out more in the back of the knee, so just be careful. Leave the foot pointed if you prefer. And then we're going to come back up, change legs. Leaning on the bent leg. Stretching the body forward, chest comes forward. If you can't quite feel it, lean a little bit more. If you do feel it, maybe come back. And I think we'll do it again because it's a really good one to stretch. The back of our legs, just go again for a few seconds. Good. And then again, the second side. Reach forward with the chest. Lovely, and coming back up. Okay, so can you cross your legs over? Just cross your legs normally. All right. If you can, lift the leg up a little bit more. It depends how you feel. You can just pull it across slightly or lift it towards you. What I'm wanting to do is you get a little bit of a stretch down the side of your leg. So whatever feels right for you. Okay, depends on how flexible you are. If you want to increase it, sometimes looking towards that bent leg, turning the body will increase that stretch. Sitting up lovely until shoulders back. And then let's change. So initially just crossing the leg, that's enough, and you feel it, stay there. I'm going to go underneath my knee rather than pulling across my knee. So underneath my knee, and then eventually I'm going to just turn and look the same way as that bent knee. Good. Okay, so before we stand up, we're going to do a couple of our really nice where we reach up to the ceiling, stay lovely and tall, then we're going to collapse forward, touching down to the floor if you can, then the arms come out to the side as we sit back up again. And then we're going to lean forward, stretching down, get a nice opening in the spine. Arms come back up. Let's do that one more. It feels good. Leaning forward, opening those spines up all the way around. And then coming back, just sitting tall. And into prayer. There we go. We've got a couple to do standing. We're going to actually have our chairs this way round for a change. So we're not going to use the back of the chair. We're going to use the front of the chair. Just want you to pop your hands on the chair. And I want you to go into our calf stretch. We've got the back leg straight, and we should feel it down here in like our Achilles in the back. And we're sort of leaning. Just make sure your chair's not going to go walking across the room or tipping up. You can push down into the chair and push down into that back heel and really get a lovely stretch in those calves. Okay, so hold that for 2 seconds. And then we're going to change over, pushing the other heel down and leaning into the chair. And you can do this on kitchen work surfaces, anything really where you can lean into and you can push that heel down. Make sure the toes are pointing forward, not out to the side. Good. Okay. Keeping our hand on the chair, we're going to do our cat-cow. So we're going to round our back, and then we're going to flatten our back, sticking our bottom out, give it a wiggle. Coming back up, tummy in, rounding the back, coming down, and one more, coming up, rounding that back. Good, lovely. Walking your way in, coming to stand. We just got one last stretch. We're going to come around to the back of the chair, stand beside it. I'm going to take the arm up nice and high, and we're going to use the knee onto the chair to feel that big stretch from our fingers all the way down to our hips. Coming up. Let's do that one more time this side. Here we go, over we go. Stretch. Trying to stay long as always. And down. And you can just turn round. I'm going to spin my chair so I can still see you all. So just changing to the other side, reaching up and over. Oh, lovely. Good. And tall again. And one more, up we go. Good. Lovely. Okay, so I'm just going to push my chair out the way. Bringing us back down to the beginning again. We're just going to do some of our breathing. I think we'll stick to our chest opener, our little side bend, and I'll brush the floor just to finish on. Do it with the breath so that you're starting to just get a good piece of oxygen back in your body. So we're looking over and forward. And then out, holding that tummy in still. Just a bit longer, down, sweeping the floor. Looking over, try and keep those hips facing forward. You do it with the breath, so here we go, breathing in, breathing out. Let's go again, one last time. You really want to make the moves as big as you can now because you're nice and warm. Down we go. Open to the side. And on this last one, we're going to do a lovely big circle, brushing the floor, reaching up. Let's have a big reach. Reach with the right, reach with the left, bringing the arms back round, little shoulder roll, and back to where we started.